Namaskar. Today I am going to teach you Neti. It is a Satkarma or yogi cleansing technique which has wonderful health and cosmetic benefits. But people generally avoid doing it because they think it is difficult and painful. It is true, but only if you do not do it correctly. If you observe all the rules, then you will have absolutely no problem. The first and foremost requirement is the water solution has to be right. For that, you take 1.5 liters of water in a vessel and 1 heaped teaspoonful of salt and mix it well. It should be as salty as your tears. Then heat it up till the water is a little above your body temperature. If it is too cold or too hot, or if the water is too salty or less salty, then you will have problems. So do it carefully. Then take a neti pot, ideally of copper, because this metal is supposed to be very healthy for our system. It is said to boost immunity, improve thyroid function, and even slow down aging. But for convenience sake, if you want, you can use a stainless steel one. It may not give you any health benefits as copper does, but at least it will not harm you like plastic. Plastic is known to shed microplastics into the water, which are toxic to our system. And when exposed to heat, it can release harmful chemicals which can interfere with our glandular function. Therefore, the best is to avoid. Now, fill the neti pot with the prepared water and follow each step strictly. First step is stand straight and insert the spout into your left nostril. Block it fully so that the water doesn't come out of the same nostril. Second step, open your mouth a little and start breathing from it. You should do that till the whole process is over. If you breathe from your nose before that, then it will give you a lot of discomfort. So you have to be careful. Then step 3 is bend forward. How much you need to bend depends on you. Some people can manage it by bending just a little. Step 4, bend your head to the right while lifting the pot up. The water will naturally flow out of your right nostril. Continue pouring the water till the pot is empty. Then step 5, straighten up and remove the pot from your nose. Step 6, blow your nose but not forcefully. If you use extra force, you may push some water into your ears, and that can lead to an ear infection, which many people have experienced. After you blow your nose, repeat the process on the other side. Then the 7th step, interlock your fingers behind your back and bend forward. This position will let the remaining water drip out of your nose. Stay like that for half a minute. Step 8, straighten up and bend your head backwards for half a minute, then to the left for 10-15 seconds, and then to the right also for 10-15 seconds. Step 9, stand straight and blow your nose again. At this point, generally nothing comes out and you can feel the emptiness in your nostrils. And now you can breathe from your nose, no problem. But in case you feel there is some water, or just to ensure that there is no water left in the nostril, you can do Ardhavasan and Shashankasan for 1 or 2 minutes each. It is important not to leave any water in the nasal passage, as that can lead to a cold. And now the last step, that is Kapalbhati Pranayama. Here you inhale naturally and exhale with a force. This pranayam helps drying up the nostrils. Do 1 round of it, that is 20 times from one nostril, 20 times from the other, and then 20 times from them both. Neti is over. Now let me tell you about the benefits of this practice. First, it keeps the nasal passage clean, which is essential for good health. Because if this passage is not fully open, we cannot take in as much air into our lungs as we should. And without adequate oxygen, our body cannot function efficiently. And during a common cold, we all know how uncomfortable it is when we have a block. We can't breathe, we can't sleep, and there is a constant pressure of the mucus on the forehead. With this practice, it's all gone in 5 minutes and you feel so nice and light after that. Secondly, The salt water kills harmful pathogens in the nose and throat, which prevents all kinds of infections, and even it can cure respiratory system ailments like sinusitis, tonsillitis, and bronchitis. But it is not just the respiratory system that benefits from Nethi, but the entire body, especially everything in the head, because Nethi relaxes all the nerves, muscles, and blood vessels of the head. The blood flow in the relaxed blood vessels increases, and the relaxed tissues absorb more nutrients and oxygens because Nethi relaxes all the nerves, muscles, and blood vessels of the head. Blood flow in the relaxed vessels increases, and the relaxed tissues absorb more nutrients and oxygen. So the health of the brain, eyes, ears, nose, and throat improves. Consequently, your nervous system becomes stronger, your memory becomes sharper, and your sleep becomes sounder. And when the sleep is deep and restful, the body rectifies its faults and renews itself better. Then cosmetically, as the facial tissues get more blood, the skin becomes healthier and it acquires a glow that no external application can match. The eyes also shine bright. So in this way, Nethi is a great practice, but people with heart problems, high blood pressure, and spinal ailments should not do it. Although Nethi can be done every day, if you do it 2-3 times a week, it is good enough. And during a cold, you can do it as many times as you want, but if you have already developed a fever, then don't do it. In any case, if you are regular with this practice, you are not likely to have either cold or fever. That's all for today. God bless you.